Sadie!
It's up on the ridge.
Come on, Sadie!
Good morning, everyone. It is a nice frosty morning. You can see the white on the ground. A little kid hanging out in the enclosure there. That's Guapo. Probably two other ones in there as well. Sadie, come girl! And we've got milking to do. There's number one. She is ready. This is Fluffy, who was giving us like so much milk, a half gallon every day. Every milking last in the spring. That was Luis's butt. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta grab the bucket. This is Sophie. We're hoping she's pregnant. She's our La Mancha. Hi, Sophie. Definitely more fluffy than she was. Could be fat, could be baby, could be cold. Let's see. Oh, hey, nope. Not yet. Not yet, goats. So Fluffy definitely wants to be milked because she knows that's the morning snackage. There's the babies. That's Goose. We didn't name the brown ones because they're too similar and we can't figure out who's who till they go to mama. And hi, honey. Oh, yay, my butt's gonna get cold. Hoo, that's a cold seat. Hi, hun. You ready to milk?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're going to try and set up so you can see. But it probably won't work because this one's already ready. Oh yeah, you can see that. All right. So, first thing I do is take my gloves off so they don't get wet. Then I give Luis the freezing cold ass bucket. Sometimes I leave it right under them. I don't recommend that if you have a Kiki McKicky goat like we used to, because they might just put their foot in the bucket and then you have a spoiled bucket and can't use it for the rest of the milking.
Yeah, they try to recreate the can while you're milking them.
Is that the can?
Yeah.
All right. This is a solution of iodine and water, hot water, as you can see. And then,
iodine.
huh?
Very little iodine.
Yeah, it's not a lot of iodine. And this is a dry rag that I keep clean. Squirt a little bit out in the morning. First.
For the homies.
For the what?
For the homies.
For the homies. That first squirt actually clears any bacteria that might be in the teat. And then we milk. Now, I probably can, let's see, she is actually a really easy milker. The milk comes down into her teat, you squeeze off the top, and then you just squeeze the teat from the top down. So, when I start to clean her, she has her let down, and the milk already starts dripping. Now with us, she has actually never nursed a baby. She may have before us, but not with us. She has given us bottled babies each time. So right now, she's giving us about, I need more grain for her, baby. She's given us about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of milking. So with her, because she doesn't have a baby on her, chances of her having a second letdown or a letdown after we're done is very minimal, because we're only milking her once a day and that's about as much as she gives us. Now I tend to reach over and oh, see, there you go, can. I tend to reach over and finish out Luis's side over there because the angle of your hand actually can help bring some of the milk down. So I finish his side and then he comes over and finishes my side. Go ahead, babe. And you'll see that he's actually cupping her udder differently than the way I cup it when I'm milking. So it gives us a little bit more of a little bit more in the bucket. So there we go. It's hard to tell, but that's about a cup and a half. So now that she's not Prancy McPrancy, I'll hand the phone to Luis and you can watch us pour it out. So we use ball half-gallon jars. These are not leak-proof lids. Don't listen to them. They're leak-proof if you're using a dry material. Look, you can see the steam coming off the milk.
Yeah.
Okay. She gave us a solid 2 cups today.
Which is about average.
Yeah, that's normal. Yesterday she only gave us a cup and a half. But Fat Mama made up for that because she gave us like almost 3 cups. Then what we do is I don't put the bucket down. Hold on, let me give her some breath freshener. Haha, it's not really breath freshener. Actually, I do put the bucket down, but I put it where they can't reach it. So this is a udder balm, and we do have a what is it called? Fight Back, which is and all I do is rub it where she's good, babe. All I do is rub it on. It's, they call it breath freshener because it has oil of clove in it. And one morning, after we had done that with all the goats, Luis picked up the babies and he was all like, "Ooh, your breath smells good." And it was the clove because the baby would drink on the mom after we put the udder balm on there. So, all right, now here is, I'm gonna pause it or stop it and start another video so this one's not so long. We're back. This is Mambo. Oh, you can't see. This is Mambo. She's a little bit of a Prancy McPrancy, and her udder is a little different than number one. She's got smaller teats, and she is a little bit harder to milk because of the way her udder is formed. So let's see if I can get you in camera here. All right, les buckets. Iodine water, everybody gets this. Now I do want to tell you that we did shave down their udders. Not 100% obviously, but enough where we weren't pulling hairs while we're trying to milk them, and that these hairs, which were really long, weren't getting into the milk and kind of in the way. So we give a little, and all you can see is a bucket. Let's see.
Stop it?
Huh?
Did you stop it?
So it's a little hard to hold the camera and milk, but she's being a good girl today, actually. And she's not being too hard to milk. But our hands get really tired with her because she, thank you, hon. She,
That's a hard udder.
she has her udder is hard. It's not as easy to let everything down into the teat, and so you really have to let go and then really pinch off. And so a lot of times we'll actually switch hands and milk with the other hand so that we are not getting so tired. That, her lifting her foot like that, is usually a sign that she needs some more food. And the other thing we're trying to encourage with her is to give us more milk, because she is the queen of keeping her milk. And if you look at her udder back here, like it's sticking out past her leg, she has got plenty of milk in here. She is feeding twin boys. And as soon as we're done with her, they basically lift her off her feet trying to get to her milk. And they just bump her really hard, not even as hard as we are, to try and get that letdown, that second letdown of hers. So some goats are really easy to milk and some just are not. She is one of our harder ones to milk. And not because she's difficult, just because to get the milk down into the teat, you see I'm kind of squeezing from her udder down to get some milk into the teat. And this is the tissue already. So her udder actually fills up with her milky making tissues. And it's got to be in the back here that she's actually storing the milk, because that's all hard. It's not mastitis. It's just the way her udder is formed. So we got about 2 cups out of Mambo. This is this is Kiki McKiki. So she has actually gotten really used to being milked by us and is a good girl now. Hi, sweetheart. She's still skittish to be touched. And she is definitely a food hog. So don't be surprised if we go real gentle with her as we're milking, because she is still skittish. So I'm just gonna gently let her know we're here. I'm gonna have to push her towards you, because she's right on my rail there. Hey, what's going on, Missy? You have such a dazed and confused look on your face. Hey, don't you have a bucket? Oh, no. There you go. Sophie is looking at me. Hi, Mama. Do we need to tie you up? All right, she's good. So with her, she has very large teats, like in my whole hand large.
But she's taller off the ground.
She's much taller off the ground than Mambo is. Actually, Mambo's the one who's shortest from her udder to her hooves. And we actually figured out if we raise the feeding, this part here, if we raise it higher, that Mambo somehow gets higher. But you can see that it's a little bit easier to milk her because she has such a large teat. And so I can get 3 fingers around it, almost 4, before I have to, as I milk, I should say. So this is only like her 4th milking where we haven't had to tie her feet back.
Yeah.
All of the goats get a little prancy when I put the udder balm on them, except for number 1, and Luna. Luna doesn't care. Blanca gets a little bit antsy.
Blanca's a wild child.
Yeah, Blanca is our wild child. So you'll notice I kind of popped her a little bit. See if she'll give us another letdown. Is she the one who gives you the letdown on that side, babe? Or is that Fat Mama we're talking about?
That's Fat Mama.
Okay. Now this number 11 here is nursing 2 babies. She's nursing a girl and a boy because we didn't take the girl away fast enough to bottle raise her. And so she has 2 babies on her. Now, they are both doing quite well. They're both eating grain. They're both eating hay. And then they go out all day with Mama and learn how to be a goat. So, they are doing fine. Thank you, honey. I'm going to go ahead and get her udder balm on her. Like you can see, she gets Prancy McPrancy because she's like, hey, you stopped milking me. What's going on here? Let me have that, hun. Sometimes I'll do the udder balm before I pour the milk.
Her babies always come to her.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get a video of that. Sometimes I'll do her udder balm before. Well, sometimes I'll do the udder balm before I pour off the milk. That way, Luis can get the goats out faster. And sometimes I don't. So hold on one second, and you can see the babies ambush her. I don't know if it was recording or not. Okay, here we are. Kiki McKiki's babies are right there, and they're licking their chops already. Go on, Mama.
Such a green hog.
Yeah, they're already on her, and you can see they're getting milk. So she's definitely holding back from us. They've got little milk mustaches, so they're definitely getting milk. There's Goose.
Hey, Mama. Come on, Fat Mama.
You got Blanca right there, hun.
I don't know if Blanca, come on.
Come on, Blanca. So Blanca is taller off of the stand, but she is a first-time freshener and she has a small udder. So let's set her up. Maybe I'll set you up in the back. You can see from behind. Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. That's pretty good. Okay, don't poop on us, Blanca.
Yeah. I'd be more worried about the pee.
Luckily, only number 5 poops and pees. Only at the beginning. They kind of figure out they shouldn't be pooping and peeing up here. Alright, here. Okay. So Blanca gave us one boy, Goose. And she has been letting her nephew, Ice. Oh. Okay. Well, what does that mean? That means we've shipped milk into a jar now. So Luis will finish his side. I'll finish my side. If it had just gotten on the edge or something like that, we'd have wiped it out. But her whole entire foot was in there, which means any milk moving forward will be contaminated by the feces on her feet. So we don't want to do that. We should have noticed that she was being...
No, she has plenty of food. She's just being a butt.
Oh, she's just being a butt today? Oh, yeah. She's got plenty of food. Move your face. She's got plenty of food in there. She's just being a butt. Normally she's not this bad. So anyway, so Luis is going to finish milking her out in the jar. And then we'll use that as our milking bucket. Alright, let me do that side, babe, because you keep getting that. So that particular teat actually tilts this way, which is why Luis has a little bit of a hard time milking that side.
Quit it. Quit it.
Hi.
Stop it or you're out.
And that's why it hits the side of his hand, because it's tilted towards the center like that. So this side he does better on because it just goes more straight down, and part of that is the position of his hand. He's not doing too well today. Do you want me to finish? Hey, Blanca. Quiet. Shh. Shh. So, some people when they're milking like dairy goats and stuff, little goats
Seat back. Quit it.
will
You're done. She's done.
will use a little jar or a little bucket. Ooh. Oh, she is on one today. She is normally such a butt, but today more so than normal. And there's her baby waiting for her. He's going to get more than a mouthful today because she actually has some milk in her today. All right. So here we are, because we had one goat who decided to put her foot in the bucket. Milking out each side individually, one at a time, into a jar. If you have really super anxious goats, ones that like to kick and put their feet in the bucket, you can tie their feet back. And with
bungees.
Huh?
Bungees.
Say it again?
With bungees, not rope.
Oh, yes. We use these bungee cords. And you just double them up. And then you hook the hook at the end of the feeding stand. Both the hooks at the end of the feeding stand. And so you can tie their feet back so they can't pull them forward into your milking area. We were doing that with number 11, or Kiki McKicky, as we call her.
We're doing with her, too.
Did we tie her back a few times?
Yeah, we had to tie one of her legs back.
Oh, yes, that's true. We did have to tie at least one back. At first, I would just hold it because I could hold her foot down and he could milk. And then we figured out how to tie him back. And you want to hold that for a second, dude?
Huh?
You want to hold that? So then we figured out we could tie him back. Not that we figured out, we knew we could. But we got some stuff so that we could do it. And she figured out real fast she didn't like that. Not that she didn't even like it, she didn't really care. But once she got used to us milking her, she didn't fight us as much. So that's always really nice. So now I'm gonna put some udder balm on, and there she goes with the "don't touch me." Let me show you this other thing we have, which we're not using right now, but we will once the babies are not drinking off of her. So all this is a spray of disinfectant, and you just hold it about an inch, and then that's it.
They really don't like that.
They really don't like that because it's cold.
And the noise.
And yeah, so this actually is for cows, but that's okay.
Come on, Noah, let's go.
So it's ready to use, sanitary, convenient, kills bacteria, it's gentle on the teeth, and it chills the teeth. So we're not using it, and the reason when it chills it, it actually closes the orifice quicker, and so it prevents bacteria from actually getting up into the teat, and then that allows for less chances of the mastitis to start. And all mastitis is an infection. Hi, there's our Luna baby. She is a Kiko, so our two white ones are Kikos, and she generally does not have much milk in her, so I would be surprised.
She's a serial fence feeder.
She's a serial fence feeder. There you are, so Sadie.
So she stands at the fence and lets her baby nurse through the fence.
I don't know if you can hear him or not, but he said she stands at the fence and lets the baby nurse through the fence. So her udder is really soft today. Again, she's an easy milker if she's full, but if she's not full, then it's really hard to get everything down in. She's very soft. Here you go, babe. I haven't started any side. She's really has a soft udder. And so when I'm washing them, I'm also kind of analyzing and seeing, okay, how much milk do they have? And usually from her, she actually feeds her baby, which is Ice, and then her nephew, which is Goose. So Goose is growing up to be a big, strong boy because he's got Mama and he's got Auntie feeding him. Luna did have twins. Her female baby is Skinny Minnie. She was very, very skinny when she was born, and we brought her in, and she has gotten as big as the other girls. Yeah, you could just see she barely gave us any, and that's normal for her. And part of it, I think, is she's a first-time freshener. The other part, I think, is that she has one baby nursing on her, even though she had twins.
That's it. You don't get any more.
And she's a Kiko, and so she just has a different kind of. So all I do is kind of rub it on there. Like I said, she doesn't care. The other ones kind of do. And then I massage it a little bit into their teats. That's it. Not pulling, not milking. That's it. No more. She's done. Now she is also another little pain in the butt, so Luis actually has to guide her forcefully off of the stand, because she doesn't want to go. She wants to come back and finish whatever is in the bucket here. Do we have any more? No more goats to milk this morning. And we have a doctor's appointment for the baby. Solid 7 cups today, 7+. This is actually not as much as we normally get when we are milking them. I think we missed out on probably a good cup from Blanca. And Fat Mama didn't give us as much as she normally gives us either. So normally we get this thing all the way full to here, and then we get another 2 cups in there. So it's good to know how much your goats are giving you, even if it's just a rough estimate as you go, because you can start to notice if your goat's getting an infection. They'll give you less milk. Could be some other scenarios, like it's cold and it takes energy for their bodies to produce milk. And not only are they producing milk for you, but then they're with their babies all day long, and they're producing milk for their babies. And so when we separate them at night, I like to separate them around 8 o'clock at night. It's not cold, because basically by the time we get out here to milk, then it's 12 hours that they've been separated. Number 1 is our first milker, always. She's like standing in line. She gets up here and she's like, milk me now. And then, but she's not feeding any babies. So again, by the time we are kind of finishing up with everybody else, it's about 8:10, 8:15 now. They've been apart from their babies for a solid 12 hours. So again, sorry, I kind of got off a tangent there, but I like to separate them about 8 o'clock at night. Luis does it when he remembers. And then, oh, my bucket. Aha! Where's my bucket? And then we go in the morning and do that stuff. So the next thing Luis is going to do is he's going to get some hay, right, hon?
Hey?
Hay?
Hey.
He's going to get some hay from the bales, from our bale up there, and bring some down for the teenagers, which was our February babies, and for the babies, which is our kids right now that we're bottle feeding. And one of the things I didn't realize with baby goats is how early that they actually start to nibble on hay and start to nibble on grain and stuff like that. And so sorry, I can hear the fence clicking. And so as soon as I noticed on the kids that were still with mom how soon they were doing that, it's like, oh, we got to get hay and grains in with the babies. And I really do think that made a big difference this year. Our bottled babies from beginning of the year are smaller. And I think it's because we didn't start supplementing or offering the hay and the grain as early. Our kids right now that we're bottle feeding every 12 hours, so they get fed at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. are finishing their bottle, and then they'll go and mow down on the creep feed that we have for them. And so they're filling both their bellies now, you know, as soon as they're done eating the bottles. And then they have that available throughout the day. They have water throughout the day. They have hay throughout the day. So they're able to, you know, use all that to grow faster and bigger than our teenagers. So it was a lesson I learned, and now I know it. So anyway, I got to go inside and filter milk and get ready to go to the doctor. So I'll see you later. Bye.